Development and Special Response, Dr. Ghulam Memon, Federal Secretary for Science and Technology, Her Excellency Deng Chengdu, the Honorable Charge of Affairs, Embassy of China and Pakistan, Professor Dr. Bal Chaudhary, Coordinator General, comstech, Professor Yu Xinmin from China, Mr. Zhao, Suho, Science Commissioner of Chinese Embassy in Pakistan, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. It is indeed a privilege to host this auspicious occasion, and I welcome you all at the launching of documentary that has been jointly prepared by the Chinese Embassy in Islamabad, the Pakistan Science Foundation, and the Ministry of Science and Technology. This brief documentary, in fact, recapitulates the time-tested China-Pakistan relations from traditional deep transplantation in the 1980s, the hybrid varieties of rice, wheat, and cotton, till the current space experiments of medicinal seeds, briefly showing the remarkable achievements of China-Pakistan SPI cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chinese researchers commenced breeding experiments on 12,000 seeds that were bred inside the Shenzhou 13 crewed spaceship in space for 6 months. The seeds, including alfalfa, oats, and fungi, were selected by multiple research institutions, including the ICCPS, University of Karachi. In this regard, the role of ICCPS under the able and dynamic leadership of Professor Dr. Bal Chaudhary has been noteworthy. The seeds were brought back to us by the Shenzhou 13 in December 2022. The plants bred from seeds were flown into the orbit 200 miles, that is 340 kilometers above the Earth's surface. Here, in the unique low gravity environment and outside the protective magnetic shield of our planet, these seeds picked up subtle changes to DNA that gave such qualities to these seeds to more tolerant to drought and able to better resist certain diseases. Sending seeds to space is a great step and a historic lead of the Chinese researchers towards growing new varieties of important food crops that are being bred on spacecraft and space stations while orbiting our planet. These seeds are subjected to microgravity and are bombarded by cosmic rays, which trigger the plants to mutate, a process known as space mutagenesis. The scientists are looking for changes that may lead to bigger fruit, lower watering requirements, better nutrient profiles, resistance to high and low temperature, or resilience against diseases. In some cases, rare mutations can lead to breakthroughs in crop yield or resilience. Today's ceremony also marks the wonderful struggle and contribution of the scientists, technologists, professionals, and managers of the two sides during the last 7 decades for the welfare and well-being of the two great countries. Ladies and gentlemen, the support and assistance of Chinese institutions for the transformation and capacity building of Pakistani institutions and individuals has been outstanding over the decades and has resulted in the strengthening of strategic, academic, R&D, and entrepreneurial infrastructure facilities across the country. Pakistan Science Foundation, under the aegis of Ministry of Science and Technology, has served as a major instrument for translating these bilateral joint efforts into socio-economic growth and development for the country. PSF is the ethics body of Government of Pakistan, which acts as financing agency for the promotion of basic and applied research on scientific problems relevant to the socio-economic development of the country. Over the decades, PSF has been playing its role is a key department in Pakistan for supporting the establishment of an innovation culture among Pakistani academic and research institutions. PSF ensures the funding for promotion of scientific societies, associations, and academies, and the exchange of visits of scientists and technologists with friendly countries. PSF has the present obligation to help establish coordination among various national and international SMT institutions. In the recent years, Pakistan Science Foundation has undertaken a number of programs and projects for creating SMT awareness among the young students and motivating them towards science. Science Tailored Farming Scheme for young scientists, under which a handsome amount of scholarship along with some additional incentives are provided to students under competitive research program. R&D projects are being awarded to scientists to enhance and reinforce the SMT, which will ultimately lead to the better economy. Ladies and gentlemen, PSF is on the heels to accrue from the expertise and contribution of our Chinese brothers towards the advancement of science by means of scientific exchanges and popularizing science among the public. PSF has established close collaboration with some top-notch Chinese organizations. To name a few, I would like to mention the support of National Science Foundation of China, Chinese Academy of Sciences, China Association for Science and Technology, Beijing Association for Science and Technology, Beijing Agency for Science and Technology, Pakistan Study Center at the PTP University, and the Children and Youth Science Center of Caste, and many more. PSF has also initiated a project aimed to promote and launch STEM education, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, in public sector higher secondary schools of the country. The STEM project has been launched in pursuance of the government's vision of establishing a knowledge-based economy. It is an umbrella project which is simultaneously executed throughout the country with the support of national and international stakeholders. One of the targets of the project is to give impetus to Pakistan's preparations for developing a workforce for the fifth industrial revolution. We have signed an MOU with Chinese friends from the Children and Youth Science Center, CYSC of the China Association for Science and Technology, tasked to support us for the training of STEM teachers and development of STEM modules for the STEM project. With the support of Chinese counterpart organizations like the National Science Foundation, the foundation has entered into a long-term scientific and technical collaboration by launching joint thematic talks in the diverse fields of science and technology. PSF and NSFC have jointly supported a large number of Pakistani research and academic institutions to establish collaborations with more than 50 top-notch R&D organizations and departments of China. Frequent exchange of visits has emerged as an exciting tool for human resource development and a useful source of learning for researchers and science ventures. PSF has also initiated a joint scientific exchange program with NSFC China. The prospects of these collaborations are immense and huge. I believe that these synergies between Pakistan and China will open up new horizons of academic and technological development for the two peoples. Ladies and gentlemen, this ceremony today is also a testimony to the remarkable bilateral commitment that the two brotherly countries have made to work in close synergy for the socio-economic well-being of the people of both sides. I earnestly look forward towards opening of more windows of cooperation with our Chinese friends in all fields and all walks of life in the years to come. I'm especially thankful to Minister for Science and Technology, Allah Hassan Roj. He was supposed to come, but due to his health problem, he could not join us today, but he has sent his very warm regards and well wishes to all the guests and delegates. And he has taken very special interest in the holding of this ceremony. So with this, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir. I would now request Professor Dr. Muhammad Iqbal Chaudhry, Coordinator General Comstech and Director, International Center for Chemical and Biological Sciences, to share insights about the Sino-Pakistan Joint Science and Technology Initiatives taking place at ICCPS.
Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency Mr. Hassan Iqbal, our very dear Minister and Intellectual par excellence, Her Excellency Madam Pang Chunchu, the Head of Mission, Professor Dr. Yu Mr. Ghulam Muhammad Ahmed, Secretary, Ministry of Science and Technology, my dear brother Dr. Shahid Beg, and Dr. Shaw Zhu, the Science and Education Attaché of the Ministry of the Embassy. Ladies and gentlemen, delegates, conscious of the fact that the Minister has to leave for Lahore and we need to go travel early, I would perhaps be presenting only a brief synopsis of this work that we have been conducting in the field of science and technology, giving the example of the International Center of Chemical and Biological Sciences. This presentation is just a synopsis of what we have been trying to do as the International Center for focusing on biological and life sciences. Now, let me just, for the sake of introduction, the International Center, the ICCPS, was established in 1966 by late Professor Salim Siddiqui, and this was the establishment of a very high-quality center, which is now considered to be one of the epic institutions, high-quality institutions. The ICCPS has a triple recognition of being UNESCO Center of Excellence, YC Center of Excellence, and WHO Collaborating Center. The ICCPS was largely established through private-public partnership and through international support. The center has been working very closely with many Chinese institutions since 1978, when Professor Salim Siddiqui visited Shanghai Institute of Material Medica to develop collaboration. So the center, there are altogether about 17 research centers. This is the Chemistry and Biochemistry Center, very high quality, where we have scholars coming from all over the world, including German scholars. And the next slide is about the biomedical, biological, virological setup, which many of which were established through Sino-Pakistan cooperation. And this is largely in the field of molecular medicine, genomics, and others. See, I want to recognize someone to whom I really feel extremely important because he has played a seminal role, a pivotal role in developing the science and technology cooperation, largely in the field of biomedical science. Now, as a result of his effort, we have collaboration with some 10 provinces and about 3 municipalities in the People's Republic of China. And he is my dear brother, Shen Min Liu. He is truly an architect of Pakistan-China collaboration in the field of life sciences. He made several contributions in the training and capacity building of dozens of Pakistan researchers and institution development in pharmacology and various other branches of life sciences. So the center has lots of collaboration with industries and academic setup. There are some of the logos of the prominent institutions of Shanghai, a whole range of different institutions who are working in the field of life sciences, working closely with us and developing this synergy between two countries, for which the governments have actually played extremely important role. And our minister has been plays a central role in developing these Sino-Pakistan cooperation in this space. This is with China, so we have been working closely with many industries in China as well. So it's not only academic and research and development, but also in industrial development. I'll just show you a few slides. These are some of the institutions from the space science we call astrobotany. Today is actually the celebration of astrobotany. Beginning of astrobotany starts through the help of China, because these things are now returned to the layers, and we're going to have a very systematic research on those seeds and continue to work in this particular field in future also. We have collaboration with the Institute of Medicinal Plant Development, which is a very prestigious institution in China. The Indian Institute of Industrial Biotechnology, one of the most prominent centers in the field of biotechnology in the world. Funan Institute of Chinese Medicine, University of Chinese Medicine, Guangxi, Normal University, and many more. So these are some very prominent institutions in China with whom we have developed very good collaboration. So the agreements and MOUs just to show you that we have been working since 1970s, and a lot of development have been made. I'll show you some slides of our collaboration in the field of traditional Chinese medicine and traditional Iranian medicine. It's very interesting that Western Chinese medicines are very close to Islamic medicine, so-called Eastern medicine or Iranian medicine. And their similarities and synergy has actually played an extremely important role in developing a platform for working together. So there are so many of these centers, laboratories were established under this framework. And under the same framework, the most important facility of 90 Tesla NMR machines were purchased, which is called nuclear magnetic spectrometer, which is part of the research portfolio of the teaching medicine. This was inaugurated in 2018 by the minister. And then Chinese initiative, China-Pakistan initiative at TCM, there were many events took place, along with the establishment of a similar laboratory in two places. One in Changsha, other is Huahai City, in two provinces, two places in China. Then we have conducted very large number of clinical trials. Now, clinical trials as per gold standards at our center called Center for Biological Studies and Clinical Research. In fact, the Sinopharm which we have all used in the beginning of vaccination process was phase 1 clinical trial was conducted at the ICCPS. And of course, there are many medicines for which we have conducted gold standard clinical trials of different types. And then, of course, there was the huge sum of money which we were able to earn, and this process continued to have benefit coming to Pakistan apart from industrial academic collaboration. Then there is a very good center which we established in the field of ethnomedicine. And that center actually was inaugurated in Karachi, China. This is a center which was established honoring Khazar Rahman's contribution in Sino-Pakistan collaboration and also in the field of natural product chemistry. This was inaugurated in Changsha. It's called Academician Khazar Rahman Center, one bed and one broad center, traditional medicine. This is a joint center in the field of hybrid rice, which are actually in two different places, one in Pakistan and the other is in Hangzhou Center Rice Research Institute in China. So these two mirror centers are working in the production of hybrid rice research and development. And there is a joint laboratory which was established in the field of chemistry and molecular engineering of medicinal resources, and that is with Guangxi province. And this was inaugurated in two different places also. Most notable, which I would like to mention here, is something which has really helped Pakistan in a major way. The initial contract was made in 2017, 2018, an agreement was signed in 2019. Chinese scientists start coming from the Wuhan Institute of Virology, and as a result of it, National Institute of Virology was established. This institute with 5,600 square feet of laboratory, BSL-3 played extremely important role in genomic surveillance, conducted 0.5 million, about 500,000 tests, PCR tests, and I think this is now capacity of Pakistan for, God forbid, for next pandemic. And of course, in the field of industrial biotechnology, we're working with the Indian Institute of there were many visits which we have been able to arrange, and based on that, a lot of collaboration culminated. There were many awards and honors which the Chinese government had bestowed upon us. We are so extremely grateful to them for recognizing our humble contribution. And this was the last slide about this aspect of it that we have been so grateful that Chinese government has been so recognizing our little contributions. Comstech, where you are, this is the strongest multilateral organization which Pakistan hosts. It's chaired by the President of Pakistan and co-chaired by the Prime Minister of Pakistan. It is the Ministerial Standing Committee for 57 Muslim states, OIC member states. And I'll just show you the last slide. I don't have time to present to you the large portfolio. It is now among the strongest OIC institutions. And among the 29 institutions, this is considered to be a best example of science diplomacy. The largest research training fellowship program in OIC system. There is a huge Health Africa program through which we have been working in different countries, including Niger, Uganda, Burkina Faso, Chad. We have a comstech research project support program spread over 4 different continents. There is a comstech consortium of excellence of top institutions within the country and outside. And for security program, there is country-specific program, and we are really, really grateful that we have many ambassadors sitting here with us. Program with Palestine, Yemen, Nigeria, Sudan, Somalia, and recently with Palestine. comstech Forum on Environment and Ecosystem Restoration, also this 500 fellowship for Palestinian brothers, just apart from the convention program which comstech has been carried out. Right at the end, I would really like to say that this is the beginning of a very exciting new project which we are now inaugurating, and that is in the field of astrophysics and agriculture. Thank you very much for your presence here. And thank you. I'd like to thank media particularly. We have 25 channels from China and Pakistan, very prominent channels. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Now we are going to play a video exhibiting siege cooperation between China and Pakistan.
The documentary is on the story of seeds, a showcase of China-Pakistan relations, from traditional tea transplantation in the 1980s to the hybrid varieties of rice and wheat, then the genetically modified cotton, till the current space experiment of medicinal seeds, all highlight the achievements of China-Pakistan science and technology innovation cooperation. The technological progress keep pace with the times. The trust and support remains eternal.
Ambassador now, Li's bamboo is so tall and it seems really special.
Yes, you are right. This bamboo is very special. It was planted at the former site of the Chinese embassy in Karachi. By then, Chinese ambassador Liao, to commemorate Premier Zhou Enlai's successful visit to Pakistan in 1956. It was transplanted to the current site of the embassy in Islamabad in 2021. We are happy to see that the seeds of China-Pakistan friendship planted by the older generation have been deeply rooted and flourishing.
Pakistan is one of the largest consumers of tea in the world. China, being the largest producer of tea, helped out Pakistan in cultivation of tea. Chinese scientists conducted a feasibility study in early 80s and identified about 64,000 hectares of land suitable for tea production in northern areas. The National Tea Research Station was established in 1986 at Xinqiang.
Only the China country provided us the tea seed, and we established this our institute through tea seed, which is provided by the Chinese government.
Chinese experts transplanted suitable variety, the Sedasis in Xinqiang and Mansehra. In the last few decades, the tea plantation has been expanded to other areas of Pakistan. China has been supporting Pakistan to overcome the food demands of its day-to-day increasing population. The University of Agriculture Peshawar and the Beijing Engineering Research Center for Hybrid Wheat carried out a joint research project, development of water-efficient hybrid wheat for Pakistan and China.
My collaboration is with the Beijing Engineering Research Center for Hybrid Wheat. They have very qualified team which is working on hybrid wheat, and they are the first in the world who are producing hybrid wheat on commercial scales. They are growing this hybrid wheat on thousands of hectares in different provinces of China.
Rice, the other most important crop used by Pakistanis as food. Pakistan is famous of its basmati rice, which is liked due to its taste, aroma and size. In 1989, the hybrid rice was introduced in Pakistan.
Rice are basically hybrid technology, and because of hybrid rice, it gives higher yields per acre. We started the research, commercialization, production, and made an agreement with the Non-Rice Research Institute in 1999.
The production of Mongolian hybrid rice in Pakistan can reach around 7,500 kilograms per hectare, nearly 3 times of others.
Low poverty have existed very poor. The heat is very poor. But our variety is very slow. Also sustainable, very slow. They have good potential in the yield.
In Pakistan, the hybrid varieties are cultivated on hundreds of hectares of land, and Chinese experts are working for increase in yield, including various methods for cross-pollination among male and female hybrid lines. Pakistan ranks 5th in cotton production among the 60 major cotton-producing countries. However, cotton leaf curl disease is the main culprit in reducing the yield of cotton in Pakistan. To address the issue, the China-Pakistan Cotton Biotechnology Joint Laboratory has been established at MNS Agriculture University, Multan.
China is one of the kind of partners which we are working on very much. So from languages to the planning, policy and collaborative research, modeling.
The MNS University undertook a project, development and identification of cotton materials for CLC-UD resistant cotton breeding at Institute of Plant Breeding and Biotechnology.
Currently, we are working 2 projects with the Chinese collaboration. One is funded by Pakistan Science Foundation, which is on genetic adaptability of cotton and wheat. And the second project is with the Tsinghua seed industry to work on cotton leaf curl virus.
The ongoing research for improvement in cotton yield is very helpful for cotton growers of Pakistan. The China-Pakistan cooperation saw the heights of mutual collaboration when seeds of medicinal plants were sent to space by the Chinese Shenzhou 14 manned spacecraft, which was launched on 5th June 2022. A research project, collaboration on R&D of Pakistan medicinal plants based on China Space Station, was prepared by International Center for Chemical and Biological Sciences, University of Karachi, and supported by the Chinese Embassy and the Pakistan Ministry of Science and Technology.
we have been working with close collaboration of Chinese scientists since last 30 years. We have worked closely with traditional Chinese medicine and traditional Pakistani medicine because there are so much similarities.
We select this important seeds of the medicinal plant to send to the space. After that, so we compare the difference between the seeds which stay in the space for several months and the seeds which we keep normally on the land. We try to compare the medicinal plant which exists in China and Pakistan.
The seeds have been brought back to the ground safely on 4th December 2022 after spending 6 months in the Chinese space station. Now they will undergo further research and careful screening for further breeding to create viable versions of popular crops. China-Pakistan have all-weather strategic cooperation relations. The relationship between the two countries is higher than the mountains and deeper than the sea, and based on the Eastern values like honesty and sincerity. Many landmarks achievement encourage the coordinates of science and technology cooperation between China and Pakistan from different dimensions. China is ready to share its S&T achievements with Pakistan like real brothers of each other.
Jinbatoski, Jindabad.
Great work, mashallah. Now I would like to invite Ms. Asia Ismail, student of Islamabad Model School for Girls, to read her letter to the Chinese astronaut.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning. I am Asia Ismail, a 10th grade student currently studying at IMSC G613. With the permission of the chair, I am going to read my letter which was written a few weeks earlier to the Chinese astronaut. I wrote, Dear astronaut, Ni hao. As life teaches you everything, I have always been curious about life itself. Knowledge, curiosity, and observation have been my best friend since childhood. Science is a discipline that is a form of art for me. The more I color, the more I become curious about the big picture. I have been a student of science for almost 10 years now. In today's scientific world, the development of a country totally depends on the interest of youth and their participation in science and technology. The past has proved that Pakistan-China friendship resulted in various projects that have been a game changer for both countries. The Space Mutagenesis for Crop Improvement Project is also a very great and a mind-blowing research work. In this reference, I have a few questions. Firstly, can you make a clear distinction between the crops grown in space and those grown on Earth? What about them piques your interest the most? Seeds grown in space exhibit mutation as a result of cosmic radiation and microgravity. So can we produce variety of basic crops that can survive in severe future Earth atmospheres like drought, global warming or flooding? Or a temperature-independent crop that can be cultivated without worrying about the season? Does this seedling mutation affect the overall growth rate of the plant? If so, can we use that gene to introduce such varieties that can be cultivated twice as fast as they are now? Here, I would like to know what happens when a leaf or a flower is thrown into space. Does it remain fresh forever? If yes, then there must be a way of producing everlasting fruit and flower varieties. Secondly, I would like to ask questions related to life in space. The thought of being weightless and flying in the air feels like an impossible dream. But I envy those astronauts who spend 6 months in that impossible dream. This must be an exciting process. But when you face the difficulties in doing things that are a piece of cake, it feels difficult. I want to know how astronauts are able to breathe in space. Does the space in environment have any mental effect on astronauts? Does combustion occur in astronaut in the space station? What if an astronaut wants to do a fixed gravity in space? If you place a pendulum in the space, does it keep moving for an infinite period of time? On Earth, we exert force on land, and land responds by pushing us back. That's how we walk. But in space, do you need more force to walk? And the question rises, do you run in space? In the very end, I would like to thank Ministry of Science and Technology, Embassy of China, Pakistan Science Foundation, and of course the comstech for providing me such a great opportunity to be a part of this huge science event. I'm grateful, thankful, and honored to be a part of this science event. Pakistan-China Friendship Zindabad. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Asya. I will now request Mr. Chow, who is the Science Commissioner of Embassy of People's Republic of China, to hand over seeds and certification to Professor. All right, so before going into that, we would like to play the response that Ms. Asya has received from the astronaut in response to her letter.
亲爱的阿西亚·伊斯梅尔，你好，我是中国航天员刘国明，很高兴收到你的来信，看到你在科学方面的浓厚兴趣，我很欣喜。感谢你对中国航天的关注和关心，感谢巴基斯坦科学基金会为此次活动创造的机会，在此很乐意向你分享我的飞行经历。 希望能为你在科学探索的道路上带来启迪。太空浩瀚无垠，探索永无止境。24年来，我始终满怀信念，不断挑战自我。2008年，我和翟志刚、景海棠一起执行神舟7号载人飞行任务，称帝完成了中国首次太空行走。首次太空之旅。 震撼无比，放眼望去，地球就是一个蓝色的球体，缓慢轻浮地飘在茫茫宇宙中。与这样博大的美相比，人类太渺小了。我当时即兴创作，俯瞰家园，同一个地球村；横望日月，同一个太空村。2021年，我再度飞天，我们成为首批入驻中国空间站的航天员。神舟12号还创造了其他多个首次：首次实现航天员的长期驻留，首次实现了载人自主快速交会对接，首次在轨全面系统的验证了再生式防漏声导技术等等。这其中最让我难忘的是出舱活动。这一次，我能够从更大、更广的视角。 俯瞰地球家园，当我静静地站在机械臂上，看到脚下的美丽家园，不仅再一次被它的美轮美奂打动，仿佛置身在蓝色的大海里，不断地被戏服，有一种向海面扎进去的错觉。任务返回后接受访谈时，我会问到：“让你最骄傲的是什么？”他们说：“最骄傲的还是第一次人臂组合。” 也是自己最大的理想。我曾说过，未来我一定站在我们自己的空间站，站在机械臂上。这就是我的目标，我的理想，也是我最骄傲的一件事。这一天，我等待了13年，从42岁到55岁，能够再构苍穹。秘诀只有2个字：坚持。你在信中提到，你学习科学。 将近10年，并且觉得科学是一门艺术，这非常了不起。你知道吗？中国空间站开设的天宫课堂，就是利用航天平台开展科普宣传，激发广大青少年对科学的兴趣。在最新一期的天宫课堂，我们介绍了植物生长研究项目，这与你的兴趣点十分吻合。 太空种植的植物因微重力环境导致其根部会生长出现螺旋无序的生长状态，这是太空和地球种植植物的显著不同点。由于宇宙辐射和微重力，太空中的种子植物生长细胞增殖分裂过程中会发生变异，这些突变种子经过筛选，有可能筛选出培育抗旱、耐涝的新作物。目前为止，世界上很多国家都种植出了太空作物，尚未见到对人类健康有不良影响的报告。中国通过长期的研究，现在可以生产出植物更密、结穗更广、产量更高的小麦。在轨期间，我们的工作充实而忙碌，生活丰富而多彩。工作之余，我经常通过全窗欣赏美丽的地球和广袤的宇宙，拍摄各种奇妙的影像，还可以读书、听音乐、看电视，与家人通话的。经过科技人员的不懈努力，太空生活越发舒适，但与地面相比，也有些许不同。我们都知道，人类呼吸需要氧气，在空间站里，通过电解质氧来提供呼吸所要的氧气。舱内的大气环境和地球一样，所以我们的呼吸可在地球上基本没有，但要控制舱内的二氧化碳浓度，这样才能确保安全，否则就会出现身体上的不适。在空间站里，任何明火都不被允许，所以如果想要烤鱼，就要单独设一个装备，并与舱内呼吸环境隔离。太空中移动比在水中行走，因为空气中的密度远小于水的密度。对于太空奔跑，我们通过太空跑台进行。跑步时用背带来固定身体。自中国空间站时代开始，神舟12号任务搭载了巴基斯坦国旗，神舟14号任务搭载了巴基斯坦植物种。这充分证明了中巴友谊深厚，中巴合作未来可期。作为青少年一代，愿你继续努力，未来就有机会投身中巴航天合作的事业中来。最后，希望你心怀山海，眼中有星辰，在攀登科学高峰的道路上坚持不懈，奋勇前行。梦想的种子终将会结出丰硕的果实。谢谢。
Now I would request Mr. Chow, who is the Science Commissioner of Embassy of People's Republic of China, to hand over seeds and certification to Professor Dr. Muhammad Iqbal Chaudhry, Professor Dr. Lu Zengmin, and to Professor Dr. Akiatul Wahab and Dr. Yan Mai, who are the members of the research team of Professor Iqbal at ICCPS. I request you all to please applaud them for their efforts. Thank you very much. Okay, great. Thank you very much. I would now request our Honorable Chief Guest, His Excellency Mr. S.N. Iqbal, Minister of Planning, Development and Special Initiatives, Government of Pakistan, for his address, please.
45 منٹ
Her Excellency Madam, Acting Ambassador, Republic of China, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great honor and privilege for me to address this symposia on Pakistan-China space cooperation. Because of the media here and through which I can reach out to wider audience, I'll prefer to speak in Urdu because the subject is very important, and my apologies to our friends from China who may not be able to follow Urdu. آج ہم جس مقام پہ کھڑے ہیں اس میں دنیا ایک نئے سائنٹیفک ریولوشن کے دھانے پہ پہنچ چکی ہے. نالج ریولوشن ایج 4th انڈسٹریل ریولوشن کے دھانے پہ لے آئی ہے پوری انسانیت کو. لیکن ابھی 4th انڈسٹریل ریولوشن میں ہم مکمل طور پہ داخل نہیں ہوئے کہ 5th انڈسٹریل ریولوشن کی بازگشت ہورائزن کے اوپر، افق کے اوپر سنائی دے رہی ہے. یہ وہ رفتار ہے کہ جس سے سائنٹیفک شعبے میں تحقیق، ریسرچ اور انوویشن نے انسانی ترقی کو راکٹ کی طرح بوسٹرز لگا دیے ہیں. ایک وہ وقت تھا کہ جب ہزاروں سال انسانی تہذیب گھوڑے کی رفتار سے چلی. نیپولین اور سیزر کی فوجوں کے درمیان 1200 سال کا فرق تھا، لیکن دونوں جرنیلوں کی جنگیں انہی اصولوں پر لڑی جاتی تھیں جو ان 12 سالوں میں ساکت تھے. ان کی افواج گھوڑوں کے اوپر میدان میں اترتی تھی اور گھوڑوں کی رفتار سے اپنی جنگیں لڑتی تھی. لیکن نیپولین کے 70 سال بعد انڈسٹریل ریولوشن نے جب سٹیم کی پاور انسان کی دسترس میں لائی اور اس پاور کو پہیے لگے تو ریل اور روڈ کے ریولوشن نے انسانی ترقی کو انجن کی سپیڈ فراہم کر دی. اس کے بعد اگلا ریولوشن تب آیا کہ جب الیکٹریسٹی اور کمپیوٹر ٹیکنالوجی نے انسان کو مزید ترقی کی رفتار تیز کر دی، اور اب گھوڑے کی رفتار کی جگہ الیکٹران کی سپیڈ نے لے لی. اور 4th انڈسٹریل ریولوشن کے ڈرائیورز آرٹیفیشل انٹیلیجنس، کوانٹم کمپیوٹنگ، اسپیس ٹیکنالوجی، بایو ٹیکنالوجی، نینو ٹیکنالوجی، بگ ڈیٹا، کلاؤڈ کمپیوٹنگ، یہ وہ نئے میدان ہیں کہ جن کے ذریعے انسانیت ایک نئے عہد میں داخل ہو رہی ہے. اور کسی ملک کے لیے ان شعبوں کے اندر اس کی صلاحیت اس بات کا فیصلہ کرے گی کہ وہ ترقی کے شعبے میں کہاں کھڑا ہے. اسی عنوان سے 2013-14 میں پاکستان نے ویژن 2025 کا پروگرام شروع کیا تھا، جس کا مقصد یہ تھا کہ ہم تیز رفتاری کے ساتھ وہ نئی صلاحیت حاصل کریں جو مستقبل کے اندر پاکستان کو اپنی ترقی کے سفر کو جاری رکھنے کے لیے اور اسے ڈیفینڈ کرنے کے لیے ضروری ہے. اور اس حوالے سے پاکستان اور چین نے ایک تاریخی پروگرام شروع کیا جسے چائنا پاکستان اکنامک کوریڈور کہتے ہیں. چین نے 2013 میں یہ ثابت کیا کہ وہ پاکستان کا لفظوں کا دوست نہیں ہے، وہ پاکستان کے ساتھ صرف زبانی دوستی کا دم بھرنے والا دوست نہیں ہے، بلکہ چین نے اپنے عمل سے ثابت کیا کہ وہ پاکستان کا دکھ اور سکھ A friend in need is friend indeed, and China proved that it is truly a friend in need. اور اس وقت جب پاکستان میں کوئی $1 انویسٹ کرنے کے لیے تیار نہیں تھا، چائنا کی قیادت نے، پریزیڈنٹ شی نے اسلام آباد میں آ کے $46 بلین کے MOUs پر دستخط کر کے ان کا اعلان کر کے دنیا کو ایک نیا پیغام دیا. انہوں نے دنیا کو کہا کہ 2015 تک پاکستان کی پہچان یہ تھی کہ جس نے ایک طویل دہشت گردی کے خلاف جنگ بھی لڑی اور اس کا نشانہ بھی بنا، اور الٹا پوری دنیا پاکستان کو دیکھتی تھی سیکیورٹی پرزم سے، سیکیورٹی رسک کے زاویے سے، اور کہا جاتا تھا کہ پاکستان سیف ہیون ہے ٹیررسٹ نیٹ ورکس کا. لیکن پریزیڈنٹ شی نے اپریل 2015 میں پاکستان میں آ کر دنیا کو یہ پیغام دیا کہ پاکستان ایک سیف ہیون ہے $46 بلین آف چائنیز انویسٹمنٹ کا. اور جب یہ خبر وال اسٹریٹ جرنل کے پہلے صفحے کے اوپر شائع ہوئی، اس نے پاکستان کی پوری دنیا میں پہچان اور شناخت تبدیل کر دیا. اور 3 سالوں کے اندر الحمدللہ ہم نے چین کے ساتھ مل کر $29 ارب کے منصوبے پاکستان میں ان شعبوں کے اندر جہاں پاکستان بری طرح بیرونی سرمایہ کاری کا متلاشی تھا، وہاں لا کر پاکستان کو انرجی کے شعبے میں خود کفالت دی، پاکستان میں جدید انفراسٹرکچر بنایا، پاکستان میں جدید انفارمیشن ہائی وے فائبر آپٹک کیبل کی صورت میں بنائی، پاکستان کی گوادر پورٹ کو ڈیولپ کرنے کے لیے کام شروع کیا، اور پاکستان کے زمین میں تھر کے علاقے میں 70 سال سے دفن وہ معدنی سونا جسے کوئلے کی شکل میں قدرت نے ہمیں دیا تھا اور ہم اس سے فائدہ نہیں اٹھا سکتے تھے، اور یہ اتنی بڑی دولت تھی کہ ایران اور سعودی عرب دونوں ملکوں کے تیل کے ذخائر کی انرجی ویلیو آپ اکٹھی کریں تو اتنا کوئلے کا ذخیرہ تھر کے اندر موجود ہے جو اگلے 400 سالوں کے لیے کافی ہے، اور ہم اسے بروئے کار نہیں لا سکے کیونکہ نہ ہمارے پاس ٹیکنالوجی تھی اور نہ ہمارے کسی بینک میں اتنی پسلی تھی کہ وہ اس کو ڈیولپ کرنے کے لیے فائنینسنگ کر سکے. تو چین نے اس اہم ترین منصوبے کے لیے فائنینسنگ بھی دی، جس سے ہم نے کوئلے کی مائننگ کی اور ٹیکنالوجی بھی فراہم کی، اور آج وہ تھار کا کوئلہ پاکستان کے لیے سستی ترین بجلی پیدا کرنے کا مرکز بن گیا. اسی طرح 2017 اور 18 میں یہ منصوبہ اس مقام پر پہنچ گیا تھا کہ میرے پاس منسٹری آف پلاننگ اور ڈیولپمنٹ پہ امریکہ کے سفیر، برطانیہ کے ہائی کمشنر، یورپین یونین کے سفراء، جاپان کے سفیر، سینٹرل ایشین کنٹریز کے سفیر، ہر ملک کا سفیر آ کے ایک تقاضا کرتا تھا کہ ایکسلنسی ہمیں بتائیے کہ ہمارے ملک کی کمپنیاں پاکستان میں سی پیک منصوبوں کے ساتھ کیسے اشتراک کر سکتی ہیں. The whole world was looking at Pakistan with an eye that it has now become an investment destination. Pakistan has found its holy grail, and now the CPEC is going to take Pakistan to the next level. یہ پاکستان کا مومنٹم بن گیا تھا، یہ پاکستان کی شناخت بن گئی. اور میں اس وقت ہر اس طرح پڑھے لکھوں کے پروگرام میں، اگر آپ یوٹیوب پہ جائیں اور وہ ویڈیوز نکالیں، میں کہتا تھا کہ تاریخ افراد کے گناہ معاف کر دیتی ہے، ملت کے گناہ کو معاف نہیں کرتی۔ یہ قدرت نے ہمیں تیسرا موقع دیا ہے اپنے آپ کو سیدھا کرنے کے لیے۔ 60s میں we wasted the first opportunity جب ہمیں کہا جاتا تھا کہ ہم ایشیا کا نیا جاپان ہے۔ 60s میں پاکستان کی اٹھان دیکھ کر پوری دنیا کے اکانومسٹ کہتے تھے کہ ایشیا میں نیکسٹ جاپان پاکستان ہے، اور ہم نے 1965 کی جنگ کا پروجیکٹ شروع کر کے خود کو ترقی سے علیحدہ کر لیا اور جنگ و جدل میں پھنس گیا۔ 1990-91 میں دوسری دفعہ ہمیں موقع ملا کہ جب پرائم منسٹر نواز شریف نے ساؤتھ ایشیا میں پہلی دفعہ ڈی ریگولیشن، پرائیویٹائزیشن، لبرلائزیشن، پرائیویٹ سیکٹر انیبلمنٹ کی پالیسیز اور ریفارمز اور ریڈ ٹیپ کو ختم کر کے نئی اقتصادی راہ متعین کی۔ ٹیلی کمیونیکیشن سیکٹر کو پرائیویٹائز کیا، فائنینشیل سیکٹر کو پرائیویٹائز کیا۔ آج اسی کی برکت ہے کہ پاکستان کی اکانومی کے دو سب سے بڑے سیکٹر جو ٹیلکو ہے اور فائنینشیل سیکٹر ہے، اس پرائیویٹائزیشن پالیسی کا مطلب ہے۔ ہم نے ان پالیسیز کو متعارف کرایا، ایک دم پاکستان میں سرمایہ کاری آنی شروع ہوئی، 7.7% پہ گروتھ چلی گئی۔ لیکن 90 کے عشرے میں ہم نے پاور گیمز کھیلی، 2 سالوں بعد حکومتوں کو برطرف کیا، اینڈ وی ویسٹڈ دا انٹائر ڈیکیڈ آف 90s۔ ہندوستان نے منموہن سنگھ جو اس وقت وزیر خزانہ تھے، سرتاج عزیز صاحب ابھی حیات ہیں، اسلام آباد میں رہتے ہیں، آپ ان سے پوچھیں کہ ان سے کامن ویلتھ سمٹ کے اوپر انہوں نے کہا کہ ہمارے بزنس مین کہہ رہے ہیں کہ جو پاکستان نے اصلاحات کیے آپ ہندوستان میں بھی وہ اصلاحات کریں، تو آپ ہمیں اپنی اصلاحات کی اثر اس کی کاپی دیں۔ اور سرتاج عزیز صاحب نے وہ کاپیز ایکسچینج کی، ہندوستان نے ان اصلاحات کو اپنے ملک میں متعارف کرایا، اور 10 سال سٹیبلٹی اور کنٹینیوٹی کے ساتھ ان پالیسیز پہ عمل کیا، اور سن 2000 میں انڈیا پاکستان کو اوورٹیک کر گیا، اور ہم نے وہ 90s کا ڈیکیڈ سارا ضائع کر دیا۔ 2017-18 میں ایسے ہی مجالس میں منتیں کیا کرتا تھا کہ یہ جو کھیل ہم پاکستان میں کھیلنے جا رہے ہیں یہ بہت مہنگا اور قیمتی پڑے گا، اس لیے کہ ایناٹول لیون جیسا ریسرچر جس نے کتاب بھی لکھی ہے دا ہارٹ اسٹیٹ، اس طرح اس کا ٹائٹل ہے پاکستان پہ، فیمس UK کے اسکالر ہے، انہوں نے کہا کہ I read in a news that Minister of Planning has called CPEC game changer۔ پاکستان نے اتنے کیچ ماضی میں ڈراپ کیے ہیں، اتنی اپرچونٹیز مس کی ہیں کہ میں نے ان کا ٹریک رکھنا ہی چھوڑ دیا تھا کہ یہ ہیبیچول ہے، ان کی طرف کیچ آتا ہے، ترقی کا کیچ آتا ہے، اور یہ ترقی کے کیچ کو ڈراپ کرنے کے عادی ہیں، تو لہذا یہ توجہ دینے کی ضرورت نہیں ہے۔ لیکن انہوں نے لکھا اس آرٹیکل میں کہ سی پیک کا جب میں نے جائزہ لیا تو میں یہ سمجھنے پہ مجبور ہو گیا کہ سی پیک واقعی پاکستان کے لیے گیم چینجر ہے، اور اگر پاکستان نے اس موقع کو سیز کر لیا تو پاکستان اپنی ٹریجیکٹری بدل دے گا۔ اور میں یہ کہتا تھا کہ خدا نے ہمیں اتنی بڑی اپرچونٹی دی ہے کہ یہ کیچ کرکٹ کی بال کا کیچ نہیں ہے، یہ فٹ بال جتنی بڑی گیند کا کیچ ہے، اگر اس کو ہم نے ڈراپ کیا تو پھر تاریخ کے اندر ہمیں مرغا بنا کے کھڑے کرنے والی سزا ملے گی، لیکن ہم نے اس کیچ کو بھی ڈراپ کر دیا۔ 2018 کے بعد جبکہ یہ حالت ہو گئی تھی کہ اسلام آباد کے اندر ہر چین کی بڑی 100 کمپنی اس کا دفتر اسلام آباد میں کھل چکا تھا، اسلام آباد کے ہر سیکٹر کے اندر چین کی بڑی کمپنی کا دفتر، اس کے مینجمنٹ، اس کے لوگ یہاں تھے، کیونکہ پریزیڈنٹ شی نے پرائیویٹ سیکٹر کو کہا تھا کہ ہم نے پاکستان کے ساتھ مل کر پاکستان کو انڈسٹریلائزیشن میں مدد دینی ہے، اور یہاں پر آپ کو معلوم ہے کہ کتنی بڑی تعداد میں ہمارے چین کے مہمان موجود تھے، اور میرا اس وقت یہ اندازہ تھا کہ اگلے 5 سالوں میں ہم 30 سے 40 ارب ڈالر کی پرائیویٹ سیکٹر انویسٹمنٹ پاکستان میں لے کر آ سکتے ہیں، چونکہ چین سے 8 کروڑ نوکریاں ریلوکیٹ ہو رہی ہیں، چونکہ چین کے اندر لیبر کاسٹ بڑھ چکی ہے۔ اب وہ سارے فیکٹریاں اور وہ بزنسز جو لیبر انٹینسو تھے وہ ویتنام جا رہے ہیں، وہ لاؤس جا رہے ہیں، وہ کمبوڈیا جا رہے ہیں، وہ بنگلہ دیش جا رہے ہیں۔ تو پاکستان جو سی پیک کی گزرگاہ کے اوپر ہے وہ ایک پرائم ڈیسٹینیشن تھا کہ جس کے اندر ہم چین کی اس ری لوکیشن کا فائدہ اٹھا سکتے ہیں۔ لیکن 2018 کے بعد جو تبدیلی لائی گئی اس نے چین کو جو پاکستان کا موسم تھا اسے بھی کٹہرے میں کھڑا کر دیا۔ تمام چین کے منصوبوں کو سکینڈلائز کیا گیا، بے بنیاد الزامات لگائے گئے۔ نتیجہ کیا ہوا؟ نقصان چین کا نہیں ہوا، نقصان پاکستان کا ہوا۔ وہ سینٹیمنٹ ختم ہوا، وہ ساری کمپنیاں جو پاکستان آئی تھیں وہ یہاں سے پیک اپ کر کے واپس چلی گئیں، اور گورنمنٹ ٹو گورنمنٹ ریلیشن شپ تو ہے لیکن بزنس ٹو بزنس ریلیشن شپ ختم ہو گیا، چونکہ پرائیویٹ سیکٹر حکومت کا پابند نہیں ہے۔ پرائیویٹ سیکٹر اس پرندے کی مانند ہوتا ہے کہ جو پرسکون پانی کی تلاش کرتا ہے، اور جس پانی کے اندر اسے خطرہ محسوس ہوتا ہے وہاں سے وہ پرندے اڑ جاتے ہیں اور کسی سیف ڈیسٹینیشن پہ چلے جاتے ہیں۔ تو انسٹیڈ آف ویلکمنگ پرائیویٹ سیکٹر انویسٹمنٹس انٹو پاکستان فرام چائنا، ہم نے جب چین کے خلاف بے بنیاد غیر ذمہ دارانہ الزام تراشیاں اور سی پیک کو اسکینڈلائز کیا تو اس کانفیڈنس کو ہم نے شیک کر دیا۔ خواتین و حضرات، ملک بیلنس شیٹ کے ساتھ نہیں چلتے، ادارے بیلنس شیٹ بعد میں آتی ہے، پہلے مارکیٹ سینٹیمنٹ آتا ہے، اعتماد آتا ہے، and once sentiment is lost it becomes very difficult. As part of that CPAC framework, space program was also one of the major pillars جو ہم مستقبل کی راہ اس میں متعین کر رہے ہیں۔ پاکستان اور چائنا نے لانگ ٹرم پلان سائن کیا جس میں سائنٹیفک کوآپریشن کو ایک بنیادی پلر کی حیثیت حاصل تاکہ ہم چین کی جو ترقی ہے سائنس اور ٹیکنالوجی میں اس سے استفادہ حاصل کر کے اپنی صلاحیت بھی بڑھا سکیں۔ 2016 میں ریموٹ سینسنگ جو سیٹلائٹ ہے اس کے اوپر ہم نے دستخط کیے، اور 2018 میں پاکستان کا پہلا ریموٹ سینسنگ سیٹلائٹ جو ہے وہ لانچ ہوا۔ اسی طرح 2018 میں ہم نے چین کے اشتراک سے پاکستان اسپیس سینٹر بنانے کے پروگرام کا آغاز کیا، اور اس کے لیے 2018 کے بجٹ میں پیسے بھی رکھے۔ 2018 میں ہر روز جب میں دفتر میں آتا تھا تو اس سوچ کے ساتھ آتا تھا کہ آج ہم نے نیا منصوبہ کون سے شروع کیا۔ آج 4 سالوں کے بعد جب اس منصب پہ آیا ہوں تو مجھے وہ پاکستان ملا ہے کہ ہر روز اپنے دن کا آغاز اس سوچ سے کرنا پڑتا ہے کہ کس منصوبے سے کتنے پیسے کاٹنے ہیں۔ کس کا نقصان ہوا ہے؟ آج اگر مجھے کوئی کہنا چاہتا ہے کہ بہت اچھے حالات کسی نے چھوڑے تھے تو 1 اپریل کو بتائے کوئی مجھے ہماری حکومت آنے سے 10 دن پہلے کیوں وزارت خزانہ نے انکار کر دیا تھا کہ ہم آخری سرمائی کے لیے ترقیاتی بجٹ جاری نہیں کریں گے۔ اگر خزانے اتنے بھرے ہوئے تھے تو وائی فار دا فرسٹ ٹائم ان دا ہسٹری Ministry of Finance said that they are not in a position to release funds for the last quarter of the development budget. آج ہم جہاں پہ کھڑے ہیں یہ پاکستان کی 75 سال کی تاریخ کے غیر معمولی حالات ہیں۔ We did not deserve to be here where we are standing. اور ہمیں یہاں سے نکلنے کے لیے غیر معمولی ایفرٹ کی ضرورت ہے. یہ حالات ناممکن نہیں ہے حل کرنا، ممکن ہے، لیکن اس کے لیے ایک طریقہ ہے جو دنیا نے دکھایا ہے، چین نے دکھایا ہے. اور میں تب بھی کہتا تھا کہ ہمیں چین سے صرف پروجیکٹ نہیں لے رہے، ہمیں چین سے ترقی کی سائنس بھی سیکھنی ہے. چین کی ترقی کی سائنس سٹیبلٹی میں ہے، سوشل سالیڈیرٹی میں ہے، اور اس کے اندر ریفارم کے اندر ہے، اور کنٹینیوٹی آف پالیسیز کے اندر ہے. چین کے اندر اگر استحکام نہ ہوتا، چین کے اندر اگر پالیسیز کا تسلسل نہ ہوتا، اور چین اس استحکام اور پالیسی کے ذریعے خود کو ریفارم کرنے کے پروگرام پہ عمل نہ کرتا، تو آج چین یہاں نہ ہوتا. لیکن اگر ہم مسلسل سیاسی تھیٹر کے اندر کھیلنا چاہتے ہیں تو پھر ہم اقتصادی تھیٹر کے اندر کوئی کارنامہ سر انجام نہیں دے سکتے. مجھے اچھی طرح یاد ہے 28 مئی 1998 کو جب ہم نے ایٹمی دھماکے کیے، ڈاکٹر اشفاق احمد اور ڈاکٹر اے.کیو خان میرے آفس میں آئے کسی منصوبے کے لیے. تو میں نے ان سے پوچھا کہ ڈاکٹر صاحبان یہ بتائیں کہ یہ وہ شعبہ ہے نیوکلیئر کہ جہاں ساری دنیا ہمارا ہاتھ روکتی تھی، ہم نے یہ کام کر دیا، تو باقی شعبوں میں دنیا ہماری مدد کرنا چاہتی ہے، ہم نہیں کر سکتے، کیا وجہ ہے؟ اور 4-5 باتیں بتائیں، وہ ہمیں مشعل راہ بنانی چاہیے ہر پروگرام کے لیے. اور کا فرسٹ ہمارے آرگنائزیشنز میں شیئرڈ ویژن تھا. ایک نائب قاصد اور خاکروب سے لے کے چیئرمین تک سب کو یہ یقین تھا کہ ہم ایک قومی مشن میں شریک ہیں. ہمارا ایک خاکروب بھی سمجھتا تھا کہ میں پاکستان کا ایٹم بم بنا رہا ہوں. ایک سینس آف پرپز تھا. تو جب تک کسی آرگنائزیشن میں ایک شیئرڈ سینس آف پرپز نہ ہو، وہ کامیاب نہیں ہو سکتی. دوسری بات انہوں نے کہی کہ ہمارے ہاں کوئی چیئرمین 6 سے 8 ماہ سے کم سرو نہیں کیا، 6 سے 8 سال سے کم سرو نہیں کیا. اگر ہم بھی اپنے چیئرمین اس طرح بدل رہے ہوتے جیسے پاکستان میں وزیر اعظم بدلتے ہیں، تو ڈاکٹر اے.کیو خان نے کہا کہ ہم ایٹم بم نہ بناتے، ہم پھلجھڑیاں بنا رہے ہوتے. لہٰذا اسٹیبلٹی اور کنٹینیوٹی ایک اہم ترین ضرورت ہے. اسی طرح انہوں نے اور باتیں کی. تو آج ہمیں بھی ایز اے نیشن جہاں ہم کھڑے ہیں فیصلہ کرنا ہے کہ ہم کس راستے پہ چلنا چاہتے ہیں. کیا پولرائزیشن کا راستہ ہمیں ترقی کی طرف لے کے جائے گا؟ کیا نیشنل یونٹی کا راستہ ترقی کی طرف لے کے جائے گا؟ کیا ڈس آرڈر اور کانفلکٹ کے ذریعے ہم ترقی کر سکتے ہیں، یا کولیبریشن اور یونٹی کے ساتھ ہم ترقی کر سکتے ہیں؟ یہ بڑے بڑے چیلنجز ہیں کیونکہ ہم بہت پیچھے رہ گئے. اسپیس ٹیکنالوجی از ون آف دوز ٹیکنالوجیز which is most critical for human development and security of any nation. آج اگر آپ سسٹینیبل ڈیولپمنٹ گولز کی بات کریں تو چاہے اس میں ہنگر ہے، چاہے اس میں ہیلتھ ہے، چاہے اس میں ایجوکیشن ہے، چاہے اس میں ایگریکلچر ہے، چاہے اس میں لائف انڈر واٹر ہے، چاہے اس میں لائف آن ارتھ ہے، چاہے اس میں فارسٹری اور انوائرمنٹ ہے، چاہے اس میں کلائمیٹ کی پروٹیکشن ہے. ہر سسٹینیبل ڈیولپمنٹ کا گول اسپیس ٹیکنالوجی کے ساتھ جڑا ہوا ہے. جو کہ اگر ہم اپنی وہ صلاحیت نہیں پیدا کریں گے جس سے کہ ہم اپنے ملک کو اسپیس ٹیکنالوجی کے ٹول سے مینج کر سکیں، تو ہم اپنے ریسورسز کو ایفیشینٹلی مینج نہیں کر سکتے. ہم مستقبل میں جو سب سے بڑا کلائمیٹ چینج سے پرون کنٹری ہیں، خود کو کلائمیٹ چینج کے اگینسٹ ڈیفینڈ نہیں کر سکتے. تو سول ایپلیکیشنز تو اپنی جگہ ہیں، لیکن آپ اگر دیکھیے کہ اس کی ملٹری اور سیکورٹی ایپلیکیشن کیا ہے، چاہے وہ پوزیشننگ، نیویگیشن اور ٹائم سروسز ہوں، چاہے وہ سرویلنس ہے، چاہے وہ ڈائریکٹڈ انرجی ویپنز ہیں کہ جو دوسرے ملکوں کی سپیس سروسز کو ڈسٹرب کر سکتے ہیں. ہمارا ہمسایہ ملک یہ سب کچھ کر رہا ہے، اور اگر ہم نے ان شعبوں کو نظر انداز کیا تو ہمارا مستقبل میں سیکیورٹی بھی مفلوج ہو سکتی ہے. تو یہ بڑے کرٹیکل ایریاز ہیں کہ جس میں ہمیں ترقی کرنی ہے، لیکن یہ ترقی سستی نہیں ہے. نئی ٹیکنالوجیز بہت کیپٹل انٹینسو ہیں اور ان میں دسترس لینے کے لیے ہمیں اپنی اکانومی کو گروتھ کی طرف لانا ہے، اپنے وسائل کو بڑھانا ہے. اور یہ تبھی ممکن ہے کہ جب ہم اپنے ملک کے اندر اپنا سیاسی نظام استحکام کے ساتھ چلا سکیں. تو آخر میں کہوں گا کہ یہ ہمارے لیے لمحہ فکری ہے کہ وہ قوم جس کی ہولی بک جو ہے قرآن مجید کے اندر اس کو حکم دیا گیا ہے کہ وہ تذکیر کائنات کرے، وہ قوم کہ جس کو اللہ تعالیٰ نے 1400 سال پہلے کہا تھا سخر لکم الشمس والقمر، کہ تمہارے لیے سورج اور چاند مسخر کر دیے ہیں، مسخر کیے ہیں تذکیر کے لیے. وہ قوم کہ جس کو 1400 سال پہلے کائنات کے رموز بتا دیے گئے تھے، چاہے وہ سورہ یاسین ہے یا سورہ انبیاء ہے، کہ جس میں اللہ تعالیٰ نے اس وقت ہمیں یہ سکھلایا کہ یہ چاند اور یہ سورج اور یہ افلاک میں جو ستارے ہیں یہ اپنے اپنے آربٹ میں فلوٹ کر رہے ہیں، سوئم کر رہے ہیں. یہ اب آج آ کے انسان کو پتہ چل رہا ہے کہ یہ گیلیکسیز جو ہے اور یہ ستارے جو ہیں یہ فلوٹ بھی کر رہے ہیں یونیورس کے اندر. تو آج ہم کہاں کھڑے ہیں؟ آج جو ویب ٹیلیسکوپ ہے وہ کسی مسلمان ملک نے تو نہیں بھیجی، جو ہبل ہے وہ ہم سے تو نہیں گئی تھی. تو وہ حکم تو ہمیں ہے کہ ہم تذکیر کائنات کریں، لیکن ہم شاید تذکیر کائنات کی آخری صف کے اندر کریں. تو اللہ تعالیٰ نے صرف نماز روزے کا تو نہیں پوچھنا، اللہ تعالیٰ نے یہ بھی پوچھنا ہے کہ تمہیں حکم دیا گیا تھا کہ تذکیر کائنات کرو. تمہارے پاس بھی دماغ تھا، تمہارے پاس بھی سوچ تھی، تمہارے پاس بھی آنکھیں تھیں مشاہدے کی، تو انہیں کیوں نہیں بروئے کار لایا؟ تمہیں ڈالر بھی بڑے دیے تھے. امت مسلمہ کے پاس کوئی ڈالروں کی کمی تو نہیں ہے، لیکن ہم کوئی ریسرچ اور ٹیکنالوجی میں خاطر کا ایڈوانس نہیں کر سکے. تو اس لیے میں سمجھتا ہوں کہ آج کے دور میں ہمارے لیے سب سے بڑا چیلنج یہ ہے. اور یہ جو ایک ادارہ ہے کامسٹیک کا، اس کا پرپز یہ ہے کہ OIC کنٹریز میں سائنس اینڈ ٹیکنالوجی کو فروغ دے. اور یہی وہ بنیادی وجہ ہے کہ جس کی وجہ سے آج تمام مسلمان ممالک دنیا میں دھکے کھا رہے ہیں. چونکہ اسرائیل جو کراچی شہر سے چھوٹا ملک ہے، اس کے پیٹنٹ جو ہیں 52 اسلامی ملکوں سے زیادہ ہے. آج ہمارے پاس فتووں کی کمی نہیں ہے، فتووں کی الماریاں بھری پڑی ہیں. آج ہمارے پاس نوبل انعام کی لیول کی ریسرچ کی کمی ہے، ہمارے پاس نوبل لاریٹس نہیں ہیں. اگر 10ویں 11ویں 12ویں صدی میں نوبل انعام ہوتا تو 100 میں سے 80 نوبل انعام مسلمان سائنسدان جیتے، اور آج قریب کوئی نہیں ہے. تو یہ وہ چیزیں ہیں کہ جس پر ہم سب کو کام کرنا ہے. اور میں کامسیٹس اور کامسٹیک اور یہ سارے جو ہمارے ادارے ہیں جن کا مقصد ہے کہ سائنس اینڈ ٹیکنالوجی میں فروغ دیں. چین ہمارا دوست ملک ہے جو ہمیں مدد دے رہا ہے، لیکن مدد دینے والے کی مدد اتنی کارگر ہو سکتی ہے کہ جتنا ہم اس سے فائدہ اٹھا سکیں. ہمارا فرض ہے کہ ہم چین کے وسائل، چین کے ریسورسز جو ہمیں وہ ایکسٹینڈ کر رہے ہیں ان کا بھرپور فائدہ اٹھائیں اور اپنی سائنٹیفک شعبے کے اندر صلاحیت کو دنیا میں سیکنڈ ٹو نن. پاکستان has a great opportunity in shape of its youth, and I must say کہ ہمارے نوجوانوں کی جو تخلیقی صلاحیت ہے is second to none. ہمارا یہ فرض ہے کہ ہم اب اپنے نوجوانوں کو وہ پلیٹ فارم دیں، وہ ٹولز دیں کہ جس سے یہ اپنی مینٹل انٹلیکچوئل انٹرپرائز کو بروئے کار لا کے پاکستان کے لیے وہ تخلیقی عمل پیدا کریں، وہ انوویشن کریں کہ جس سے ہم لیپ فراگ کر سکیں. ہمارے مستقبل کی جنگ ہمارے کلاس رومز اور لیبارٹریز میں لڑی جائے گی. ہمیں اپنے کلاس رومز اور لیبارٹریز کو دنیا کے ہم پلہ کرنا ہے کہ جن کے اندر کریٹو इनोवेटिव क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग के साथ लर्निंग प्रोसेसेस हम लेकर आए, वहाँ पर दुनिया की बेहतरीन रिसर्च हो, हम अपने मसाइल को भी अपनी रिसर्च से हल करें और दुनिया को भी अपनी सलाहियत से फ़ायदा पहुँचा सकें। और चीन और पाकिस्तान का इश्तराक मैं समझता हूँ कि इसके लिए बहुत संगीन है और मुझे उम्मीद है, मैंने 2018 में चीनी क़यादत को कहा था कि इनका स्पेस का प्रोग्राम 2021 में जा रहा था कि उसमें पाकिस्तान का एक एस्ट्रोनॉट शामिल होना चाहिए, तो वो मिस हो गया। मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि बहुत जल्द चीन के रॉकेट के अंदर एक पाकिस्तानी एस्ट्रोनॉट भी खला में जाएगा ताकि हम भी उस माइलस्टोन को अचीव कर सकें और उसके बाद मिलकर पाकिस्तान के स्पेस सेंटर को भी हम बनाएंगे ताकि पाकिस्तान जो कि एशिया में उन अव्वलीन मुल्कों में था। 1962 में जब हमने स्पार्को बनाई तो किसी को पता नहीं था एशिया में स्पेस प्रोग्राम क्या है, लेकिन जैसा कि हम हर चीज को शुरू करते हैं लेकिन उसके बाद हम दूसरों को मौका देते हैं कि वो हमें ओवरटेक कर लें, तो इस प्रोग्राम में भी हमने ये किया। तो हमें अपनी खोई हुई क़यादत को एशिया में दोबारा हासिल करना है, साउथ एशिया में हासिल करना है और मुझे यकीन है कि पाकिस्तान के नौजवान साइंसदान हमें वो ग्लोरी वापस दिलाएंगे। पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद, पाकिस्तान की जिंदाबाद।
Thank you very much, sir, for your visionary address. I would now like to request Professor Dr. Mohammad Iqbal Chaudhry to present monographs which have been authored and compiled by Professor Iqbal himself on the medicinal plants of Sindh used for skin diseases and women particular diseases to our chief guest, His Excellency Ahsan Iqbal Sahab. Applause, please. Thank you very much. I would now request Professor Dr. Mohammad Iqbal Chaudhry and Ghulam Mohammad Memon Sahab to present Shield of Honor to our chief guest. Thank you very much. I would now request Professor Dr. Mohammad Iqbal, Mr. Ghulam Mohammad Memon Sahab to present our guest, the Shield of Honor to our guest, Her Excellency Madam Santi. Thank you very much, sir. I would now request our Honorable Chief Guest, His Excellency Mr. Ahsan Iqbal, to hand over gift and certificate to the student, Ms. Asya Ismail. Thank you very much, sir. I would now request our chief guest and Professor Dr. Iqbal to present shields to our speaker. First of all, Honorable Ghulam Mohammad Memon Sahab, Federal Secretary Most, Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of Pakistan. Our next speaker, Professor Dr. Shahid Beg, who is the Chairman of Pakistan Science Foundation. Professor Dr. Narinder, who is the leader of the Professor Dr. Atiyatul Wahab. Thank you very much. I would now request our chief guest and our guest, and also would like to invite our speakers on the stage for the group photo, including the focal persons of the event. From most we have Isa. From PSF we have Mr. Abdul Ramstam. From the Chinese Embassy, Mr. Chow. Ms. Asia, please on the stage, please. And I would also like to request representatives from the embassy of the OIC country who are present here on the stage, please, for the group photo. Representatives of the embassy.
Kazakhstan.
We have representatives from Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Yemen, Somalia, Iran. I would also request focal person from comstech-oic, on the stage, please. I request the rest of the participants to please remain seated. I request Yan to please come on the stage for the group photo. Please quickly, Yan. Right. We just have 15 seconds for the group photo. All the participants are requested to please remain seated.
हमारे मीडिया के भी दोस्त हैं अभी इवेंट है और आप सब मीडिया को अच्छा दीजिए.
All the participants and the media persons, please remain on your seats.
मेरा भी इवेंट लंच तक मैनेज करें लंच तक यार अपनी बात को बना इंटरव्यू.
All the participants are requested to please remain seated. We will continue with the program. We have arranged lunch, but it will start once we have completed the program.
वो असेंबली में
All the participants, please remain seated. Media persons, please remain seated.
ये लोग नहीं कर रहे हैं हमें दिला रहा 10 मिनट बाद भी
All the participants and media persons, please remain. Please go back to your seats. We will continue with the program.
सारे चले गए हैं मैं चाइनीज खाने वाली एक मिनट में बैठ कर जाऊँगा.
I request our guests and the participants to please go back to your seats, and the media person also on your seats. We will continue with the program.
After 6 months orbit stay in China Space Station, the seas take one ride with the Shenzhou 14 and spacecraft was launched into space to conduct scientific experiment in June 2012. 2022 and returned ground safely last December. So I think this is the first ever of the Pakistani seeds to stand in space. This experiment will surely be recorded in history of our bilateral cooperation and friendship, and it's a landmark of our science and technology cooperation. I would like to thank the scientists of both countries for your joint efforts, and my thanks also goes to the Ministry of Science and Technology of Pakistan and the comstech and Pakistan Science Foundation for your contributions. Science and technology cooperation is an important part of our bilateral cooperation and relations. I think in recent years we have seen the remarkable results since our two countries signed an intergovernmental science and technology cooperation agreement in 1976. The two sides have jointly funded more than 475 research projects covering agriculture, aerospace, water resource protection, chemical industry, medical and healthcare, biotechnology, computer science, environment, energy, and technology management. Scholars from two sides have jointly published more than 8,000 international papers in 2021, which is 13 times more than that in 2013 when the Belt and Road Initiative was launched. A number of joint labs, technology transfer platforms, and talent exchange mechanisms have been established. The bilateral science and technology cooperation has been included under the framework of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, which will surely provide strong support to the high quality and sustainable development of CPEC. China's international science and technology cooperation is open, shared, and inclusive cooperation. Space exploration is a common cause of mankind, and China insists on conducting cooperation in space exploration on the basis of equality, mutual benefit, peaceful use, and inclusive development. The Chinese space station is an important part of the United Nations Global Shared Space Initiative and is open to all UN member states. All countries are welcome to actively participate in space exploration with China. And meanwhile, China-Pakistan friendship, I think, is also needed to be passed on from generation to generation. Today, we are delighted to witness the Pakistani teenagers have interacted with the Chinese astronaut by writing letters to them, and the Chinese astronaut responded via video. So we firmly believe that this communication will surely help to light up the teenagers' space dreams and inspire their thinking and wisdom, and more importantly, sow the seeds of our iron-clad friendship in their hearts. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, 3 months ago, the Honorable Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif visited China, and during the meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping, our President expressed that China will further deepen synergy between its development strategy and those of Pakistan, and solidly promote cooperation in areas such as agriculture, science and technology, and people's livelihood. Today's event vivid example of implementing the consensus reached by the leaders of our two countries. And both countries are committed to building a closer China-Pakistan community with a shared future in the new era. We firmly believe that by deepening cooperation and working together for common development, we will surely bring more benefits to the two peoples and prosperity of the two countries. Thank you very much.
I request Professor Dr. Zinmin Liu to present gifts which he has bought for the Foreign Bank, and Mr. Chow from China. Kindly give them a hand. For Mr. Chow, who is the Science Commissioner at the Embassy of China in Pakistan. Thank you very much. I would now request Professor Dr. Anil Bahag for her presentation on introduction of Sino-Pakistan Sea Orbit Reading Project. Dr. Anil is from International Center for Chemical and Biological Sciences, University of Karachi. Please give them a big round of applause. I'm giving a brief presentation about the project that Pakistan and China, in Pakistan, International Center for Chemical and Biological Sciences is collaborating with China for sending seeds to the space station. So seeds in space, Sino-Pakistan cooperation in medicine plants and traditional medicine, a landmark development is the title of my presentation. This idea was conceived by Professor Jinmin Liu and Professor Muhammad Iqbal Chaudhry, and the project is supported by Ministry of Science and Technology, Comstech and Health Department, Government of Sindh. So, in global market of herbal medicine, which size about 151.9 billion US dollars of the export, and this is projected that by 2029 the market will be around 347.5 billion US dollar till 2029, and with the CAGR growth of 11.16%. And during the COVID-19 period, there was a rise of 100 to 700 times increase in use of medicines, herbal medicines in hospital. So the idea was, I'm briefing you about the timeline of the project. And in November 2021, this idea was discussed between Professor Jinmin Liu and Professor Muhammad Iqbal Chaudhry. And in December 2021, Professor Jinmin Liu, Professor Iqbal Chaudhry, and Professor Dawar Rahman sent an official proposal to the Chinese embassy, which was entitled Collaboration on R&D of Pakistan's medicine plan based on China Space Station. And in the same month of December 2021, a letter of support was also sent from the Ministry of Science and Technology, Pakistan. And Chinese embassy has taken a prompt action and to make sure this to happen, and supported with the help of China,
manned space agency. These seeds were sent to the space through Shenzhou 14 on 5th June 2022 and for the 6 months. Okay, and it was in December 2022, it was came back to Earth from the space station. So what is the difference that a space journey bring to the seeds? On the Earth, we are protected from the very high energy rays of the and from the Earth magnetic field and the thick atmosphere. And in space, these radiations are definitely present that are coming from Sun and other planets, and microgravity was there. These conditions brought genetic mutations that brought very different traits of the plant. And these conditions cannot be reproduced in any laboratory on the Earth. And sending these seeds will help actually to bring new varieties that can be that can help. If you talk about the crops, that can bring new variety that can feed the world with the more growth, and also if you talk about the medicine plant, that can help to treat diseases with no cure. And over the past 30 years, China has mutated about 200 crop varieties that we created in China. And this space journey, the mutation that was produced through this environment cannot be repaired by the seeds itself. So when they will be germinated on the earth, there will be new options that we will see. So there are 7 medicinal plants that were sent, including Pinus omnifera, Triatilum, and Moringa, Gossypium, Lawsonia, and there are 2 more. So these medicinal plants were selected that based on their uses in herbal medicines in Pakistan, and also some are in the use of TCM in China. So there is like more collaboration we would like to develop with the Chinese. We have selected some plants that half of the plants that are used both in Nani medicine and in TCM, and half of the plants are only used in Unani medicines. So, and these plants have been reported. There are lots of pharmacological activities that have been reported in these plants, so I'm not going in much detail. So in future plans with these seeds, we will germinate these seeds, and we will analyze the phytochemical studies between comparison between the existing seeds here, and because half of the seed were sent there in space and half of the same seed were kept in our laboratory. So we will analyze the comparative analysis on the genes and the changes that was caused by the presence in the space in the form of the chemistry, and phytochemicals will be identified. And then these plants also further be grown in for the comparative purpose. Not only the seeds we will analyze, but the plants will be grown together, as it will also be analyzed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Atia. Now I would request Professor Dr. Zinmin Lu, who is a member of Expert Advisory Panel on Traditional Medicine, WHO, and a Chief Scientist at Institute of Drug Discovery Technology in Ningbo University, China, on his talk on China-Pakistan cooperation on traditional medicine. Please give them a big applause.
Good morning. now it's called good afternoon. Thanks for the Chinese embassy, also the comstech to invite me to attend this important event about the seats from the Chinese space station to hand over our Pakistan partners. So I will share the information about cooperation on traditional medicine with China and Pakistan. In fact, I come to Pakistan. I'm in Pakistan, I think it's more than 20 years. It's the first time there was workshop called the Sino-Pakistan Workshop on Pharmacology, Standardization, and Herbal Medicine, which organized in 2004 in ICCPS. At that time, I made my brother Iqbal also the art. Since that, during the past 20 years, under the support of both government, also the coordinator by Professor Iqbal, more than 40 institutions from China and Pakistan set up long-time cooperation in the field of traditional medicine, such as joining the research center, clinical trial, registration of Chinese herbal medicine. This focus I selected started from 2005 up to 2020. So it's around 20 years for cooperation of traditional medicine. So 2020, national administration of traditional Chinese medicine approved the setup to run Sino-Pakistan Cooperation Center on traditional Chinese medicine in ICCPS, Karachi University. Joined with the Fulan University of Medicine, Newport University, Chinese Academy of Medical Science. Now there are 20 members in this center. It is the first center at the national level, so which provide a platform for cooperation of traditional medicine between China and Pakistan. 2021, there are, I think you all know the one Chinese herbal medicine for the Jinhua Qinggan on the clinical trial in Pakistan, which treating COVID-19 patients. I think it is the first time Chinese herbal medicine to do a clinical trial on COVID-19 patients outside of China. Ladies and gentlemen, China and Pakistan, where were the brothers and friends? Both countries have a long history of traditional medicine, traditional Chinese medicine in China, traditional Yunani medicine in Pakistan. There are large numbers of effective herbal products which have made a significant contribution to maintenance home health of both countries. Also, Pakistan is located one key position, one role in initiatives. This we discussed with my brother Iqbal. We propose the way design cooperation under the umbrella of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor CPEC. The first is cooperation on the medicinal plant based on Chinese space station. The 7 seats Pakistan medicinal plants hand over to our Pakistan partners. It is first step is also is big step. Next, we will design the joint program for further research in technology, breeding, cultivation, test chemical components, make evaluation, efficacy, and safety, make the comparison of the seeds which in the space station, also the original seeds RS, which were unique scientific data for drug discovery from medicinal plants. I also would like to share information, good news for you. The Chinese space station established last year. The more space craft will be launched this year. Also in the near future, there are several space medicine experiments have been done in Chinese space station, like the skin stem cell have been tested in Chinese space station. So the Chinese government encouraged to international cooperation based on Chinese space station. So we can design the joint research programs, like we can send more medicinal plants to Chinese space station. Also, we can design the new experiment related to cell culture or animal experiment. So it will be a new area for cooperation in science and technology between China and Pakistan, based Chinese space station. This photos I will show you this several laboratories we set up, like a space simulation laboratory to test memory enhancement, anti-depression, and anxiety, which with the medicinal plants. One photo I show is my brother. Is waited by our labors in Australian Center in Beijing. So you are most welcome, especially for younger scientists or peer students, to come to our laboratories in Beijing, in Bo, in Hunan, to do the experiment or research with the medicinal plants. The second issue we will design the cultivation research development of medicinal plants between China and Pakistan. Actually, it was planned in 2019. At that time, the minister found the children, and the minister answered visited the city on province. We discussed to select some Pakistan plants to cultivation or plant in Pakistan. So with this plants, we can make the herbal medicine. I show you the three plants. One is the beautiful, another is chickpea. Another one is gallstone of cattle. For example, the gallstone of cattle, I know is rich resources in Pakistan, but there is very few people to pay attention to this product. But it is very useful to make very Chinese herbal medicine useful. Gallstone of cattle. So we can education, we can make the joint research to use the Pakistan medicinal plants to produce herbal medicine. The second one we will make the promote clinical trial registration Chinese herbal medicine in Pakistan. Just as I mentioned that Tsinghua already have done clinical trial 1958. So now the Sino-Pakistan Center promoting the more Chinese global medicine for the clinical trial and registration in Pakistan, including the rollers registration to countries. The fourth letter we consider international society, which is Pakistan. We already got support our government, also as similar support from government of Pakistan. So we consider the international society will establish a bigger platform to cooperation. We can combine space medicine and traditional medicine under the umbrella of the international society. Of course, at the same time, we can organize the conference related to traditional medicine and the space medicine regularly in Pakistan or in China. So I think the time is limited. I wanted to make it more detailed. We welcome to the Yunbo University, Poland University, integrating all these members come from the Sino-Pakistan College Center on G7. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Professor. Now we are going to play a video message of Professor Dr. Ataur Rahman. Professor Dr. Ataur Rahman is an academician of Chinese Academy of Sciences, and he is also one of the lead architects of the project.
A very good morning, everyone. Special greetings to our friends from China, and my congratulations for bringing these seeds from space, which will allow us to do research and compare the changes in constituents with respect to those seeds which are on the ground. I would like to start by thanking China for the enormous support that China has given since the very creation of Pakistan in various sectors such as energy, transportation, the Gwadar port being built, the industrial cooperation and special economic zones, developments that are taking place in the social sector, the nuclear power plants, dams and many other projects. These are worth hundreds of billions of dollars, and China has proved itself through the test of time to be a true friend of Pakistan. I would like to especially focus on the collaboration in the higher education sector and in the science and technology sector. China has been closely involved with Pakistan in the development of universities of engineering and technology. The one in Haripur Sialkot is fully operational, whereas there is a similar university now under construction in Sialkot, and a number of centers of excellence have been built across the country, including those in my own institute. Of particular interest are the projects on artificial intelligence, and thousands of scholarships have been given by China to students from Pakistan for studying critically important areas of science and technology. This is a view of the university in Haripur, which has strong collaboration with 5 Chinese universities. This is a very unique university in which we have several centers of excellence. For instance, in the area of railways engineering, there is collaboration with the Beijing Jiaotong University and the Southwest Jiaotong University. For mineral resources, the University of Science and Technology and the China University of Mining and Technology are involved together in setting up the Center of Excellence. In agriculture and food technologies, we have the Chinese Academy of Agricultural Sciences as well as the Tianjin Agricultural University. And in the artificial intelligence area, we have Shenzhen Institute of Advanced Technologies and the Guangdong University of Technology. It is important to us that we have these strong collaborations with China, also in collaboration with the Chinese Academy of Sciences, and my dear friend Professor Chun Li Bai, who was the president of the Chinese Academy of Sciences, visited Pakistan on my invitation when I was the president of the Pakistan Academy of Sciences, and we signed a joint agreement for collaboration. So there are a large number of excellent interactions going on with China, and the new project where we study the seeds of important medicinal plants which have been exposed to space vacuum and which have been brought back to Pakistan, and we'll be studying the changes and properties, is another feather in the cap between Pakistan and China. I would like to end by thanking China for the large number of awards and honors that have been conferred on me for the development of various collaborations. Here is a view of the highest International Science and Technology Collaboration Award that President Xi Jinping conferred on me a couple of years ago. I also was lucky to receive the Friendship Award of China for the various programs and projects that we have built up across Pakistan with China. I'm fortunate to have been elected as the academician of the Chinese Academy of Sciences, which is a big honor for Pakistan. In this picture you see Professor Chundi Bai, who is the president of the Chinese Academy of Sciences, and he visited Pakistan and he signed a joint agreement of cooperation between the Pakistan Academy of Sciences, of which I was president, with the Chinese Academy of Sciences, and a number of programs have been initiated under that. So thank you, China, for all the cooperation and help that you have given to Pakistan over these years. You are a true friend, and we deeply respect and honor the friendship that we have shown to Pakistan. I wish you all success, and I am particularly grateful to my friend Professor Lubin Lin, who has been very kind to have this program of seeds initiated, which have been sent to space and have been exposed to space vacuum. And we will be studying in Karachi in our institute the changes that have been taken place in the metabolites of these seeds as a result of this high vacuum and space treatment. So this is a program of great interest to Pakistan. So thank you, and all good wishes to our Chinese brothers and sisters.
We are extremely grateful for Professor Dr. Taur Rahman's kind message. With this, on behalf of Comstech, I would like to thank our guest, Honorable Ghulam Mohammad Memon Saab, Professor Dr. Du, Ms. I would request Mr. Ghulam Mohammad Memon Saab, Federal Secretary, Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of Pakistan, for his address, please.
Professor Dr. Iqbal, Coordinator General Comstech, Professor Dr. Shahid, Chairman, Pakistan Science Commission, Mr. Chow, Science Commissioner of Chinese Embassy, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I will be short and crisp because most of the things that have already been covered. Assalamu alaikum and very good afternoon. It's a matter of great pleasure for me and my ministry to be the part of today's celebrations ceremony on Pakistan-China Space Science and Technology Cooperation. The legacy of Pakistan-China diplomatic relations is long and rich. Over the decades, the two sides have entered into some very strategic and futuristic collaborations. Our two countries have developed an all-weather friendship and multi-dimensional cooperation in all walks of life, including science and technology. Pakistan and China are pursuing cooperation in SAT under an agreement on scientific and technological cooperation signed in 1976. The cooperation has since resulted in implementation of more than 400 items of cooperation comprising of exchanges of expertise, trainings, capacity building, conducting joint research projects and surveys, publications of research papers and articles, and establishment of research centers and laboratories. The SAT organizations of the two sides have been interacting extensively to pursue cooperation, and as a result, 40+ memorandum of understandings and science and technology in specific areas at the institutional level are present. Ladies and gentlemen, the cooperation among the top scientists of the two countries to send Pakistan origin seeds of medicinal value to space with the support of Chinese astronauts is highly appreciated, and hope that the scientists of the two sides will continue their similar cooperation in science and technology. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Ministry of Science and Technology, I appreciate Pakistani and Chinese scientists, partner institutions, China Space Agency, and particularly the Chinese astronauts who are sending the seeds to space and bringing them successfully back to Earth. It is hoped that the result of this experiment will further encourage the scientists of the two sides to make similar undertaking in future. The Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of Pakistan will continue to extend support towards the Pakistani scientists in pursuing meaningful collaboration with their Chinese friends in the field of science and technology and innovation. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and long live Pakistan, China.
Thank you very much, sir. On behalf of Comstech, I would like to thank our guest, Honorable Ghulam Eman Saab, Professor Dr. Lu, Mr. Zhao from the Embassy of China, Professor Dr. Shahid Beg for their time and presence here today. I would also like to thank our co-organizers from Ministry of Science and Technology, Pakistan Science Foundation, Chinese Embassy, and also our team of Comstech for all their efforts for conducting this event. And I'm also very grateful to all the participants who graced us with their presence here in this event. With this, we come to the end of our event. Thank you very much, and we have arranged lunch for you, which is outside this auditorium. Enjoy yourself, and thank you very much.
अभी हम नहीं थे, हम नहीं जाने हैं। ऑफिस जाएंगे फिर वापस आने का मतलब है। इसी मैंने मुसाफिर को पहले बता दिया, मैं आज शाम तक मैं वहाँ नहीं था। आप आ जाएंगे तो पता क्या ये आगे क्लोज कर